I'm just going to give myself a thumbs up so I know where to start editing. And we are starting another episode of the OhJordzOhShow. Show. And today I have a very, very fun special guest from Channel 2 News. Can you believe it? Go ahead, give them your name.
Hi, my name's Aisha Morales. I'm a reporter anchor for Channel 2, so we're the Green Bay ABC affiliate.
Rock on. Thank you so much for being on today. How did you get involved with doing news? Like, what did you go to school for?
Sure. So the way I got involved, I've always wanted to be a journalist, like since I was a little kid. My mom worked in a newsroom in Michigan when I was little. Where I went to school, eventually we moved to Arizona, flash forward, and I worked really hard to try and get into the Cronkite School. So this is the Walter Cronkite School of Mass Communications and Journalism at ASU. It's a little tricky to get into, so you have to really work hard, and it's an amazing school. So I was able to finish the last 2 years there and get my bachelor's in mass communications broadcast specific. So yeah.
Did you grow up, you said you lived in Michigan, did you live in the Lower Peninsula or the Upper Peninsula?
Lower.
Lower?
Yep.
Or, I mean, is it as different as people think? Because I've only been to the UP, because I used to work up there and so like that. Is it pretty different?
Yeah, I mean, it's not as rural, but we used to go up there when I was a little kid and go camping and stuff up there. But where I grew up, it was Waterford, Michigan. We were surrounded by water, kind of like a small town. It reminds me a lot of Green Bay where I grew up when I was a little kid. But I spent most of my life in Arizona. So when I started in news, I was doing a lot of, Arizona type politics and things on the border. So.
And you say you went to ASU. Would that be in the Phoenix, Glendale area?
So ASU is in Tempe. So
That's right.
generally, yep, it's in Tempe. But then the Walter Cronkite School is downtown because all of the TV stations are downtown, basically. So we could all walk to our internships, and it was super easy.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
And then how long have you been reporting the news then?
Since 2011.
Oh, very cool, very cool. And when you first got in versus compared to now, what would you say the difference is the way like news affiliates use social media?
When I first started, social media was kind of a secondary thing. So for us, it was like making sure the website was updated and maybe tweet, maybe post to Facebook once in a while. Facebook Live was not a thing back then, like at all. We would maybe post a picture, but really there weren't a lot of people in and on social media back then when I first started. And it progressively just got more and more important as more people got on Facebook and started using social media. And then of course it's progressed where it's like, you not only have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Snapchat even, and we have TikTok even. So like we're trying to find different ways now to cater to our audience, depending on where your market is. Here, most everybody is Facebook oriented, but it really depends on the market that you're in. But that's what you have consultants for, and we've been told Facebook and Instagram here for us locally are the big things to push for sure.
Yeah, I saw a couple of your Facebook lives. Do you like doing those? Would you rather have just a straight up camera guy shooting at you, or do you mind just whipping out the phone and doing it that way?
I like doing the Facebook Lives because it gives the audience a chance to see you sort of in like this raw state. This is like real time. It's not recorded. It's not as strict where you've got the camera guy there and it's more scripted and things. It's just you and the audience, and then you can interact with them, which is the big deal for people now. They feel really excited to be able to communicate back and forth with you as long as you're reacting to them. So when I'm doing a Facebook Live, I'm always making sure that I'm looking at, okay, Sarah says this, or, Bob is asking, well, what's going on there? And I'll say, oh, well, Bob, if you just joined us, this is what's happening at this scene. So it's another way of like interacting with them, something we don't get to do when they're watching just the news.
We just had the election, last week, and hopefully it's starting to kind of settle down, simmer down. Has the station dealt with any kind of craziness when it comes to, I suppose, like the political trolls at all with the comment section? If you guys have any kind of policies dealing with that?
That's a good question. So, I mean, every single day, the people that I talk to that are close in my life, I have to vent every day because we are local and we're always balanced. I don't know what big networks are doing. That's their own thing. But when you're talking about local news, we're fair and balanced. But because it's such a contentious election and a lot of passionate people out there with this election, we've gotten people from both sides yelling at us. So yeah, we've got, and social media does make it tricky because they have that instant chance to just like Facebook message us or comment, and the comments are crazy, and we're getting attacked from both sides.
Right.
We're getting people from one side saying we're not being fair to their side, and then vice versa. So it is very overwhelming right now. We're the bad guys, even though we're trying our best to stay fully transparent and fully just factual.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure even if like you do Facebook Live of a car accident, I'm sure you still get it then too. It's like you guys aren't showing both sides. Like, all I'm trying to do is inform people of this car accident and where to avoid the traffic, right? So.
And I will say the last election, presidential election, wasn't like this. This has been a whole other beast, and it is because social media has become more aggressive, but also because of what we're dealing right now. It's different. We're in a pandemic. It's a more heated election with who we're dealing with, so it's just way different this time around.
Right. Yeah, it is hard. I mean, even with my friends, I guess the upside I like to look at it is like, it's just nice to see people actually passionate about politics, and hopefully they're passionate about like local elections too. It's just that's how if you stay informed, then you have something to be angry about, hopefully.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man, good deal. Well, yeah. So that's pretty much the whole kit and caboodle. If you have any social plugs you want to get out there, go ahead. The platform's all yours.
Sure. I mean, I'm pretty good about my social media, I would say. So I'm not on Instagram with my profession, but we do have the WBAY Instagram, which I usually try to handle. And then, my Facebook for my reporting gig is Aisha Morales, WBAY. So if you want to know things going on around Northeast Wisconsin, I'm always posting my own things and whatever my station's covering. And I'm a little biased, but I think, our coverage is pretty good and pretty awesome. And Twitter, if you're on Twitter, I'm on there too. But usually Twitter is for like other news people to follow news people. Not a whole lot of people are actually on Twitter, I don't think.
What's your favorite platform for professional, and what's your favorite platform just for your own personal life?
Professional is Facebook, I think, because around here people really like Facebook, and then personal is probably Instagram because it's just pictures and not a whole lot of nonsense.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on here. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's kind of rainy and garbagey out, so I guess just try to find something to do.
Yeah, no, I have to do this class thing, so I'll be a little bit busy. But yeah, so is this going to be for your class or what?
This is kind of just the beginning of, I'm hoping, like a long time video blog.
Okay.
It's not really for a class exactly. I just kind of felt like just buying some cheap filming equipment and some cheap editing stuff and seeing, because I have no experience editing video, but I have tons of experience. I used to be a pro wrestler, so I have experience like being on camera and stuff, but I'm just kind of trying to see what I can do and see what pops up.
Yeah. I mean, I know that, if you're looking towards the future, we're always moving around with editors, always end up being like producers. But there is like, in our station, we have people that just edit all day, and if you like editing, that's the way to go. And my station is really cool because they end up, if you did go to school at some point and you have some sort of interest in it, they are willing to teach you.
Right.
Not so much my position, but like the editing and producing and stuff like that. So if you ever need anything, let me know.
Hey, you got it. And vice versa, if you ever need some cheese. My dad has worked in the cheese industry for 30 years. So.
Awesome. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, take care.
Thanks. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.